like the 3 common questions you guys are asked?
Will you marry me?
Yes. Jonathan.
You weren't
by the way,
supposed to tell.
I'm going to tell you guys, if you propose to Jonathan on Twitter, it's not that romantic.
No, that's not what's not romantic. I've had somebody who say on Twitter, will you marry me? And this is all within 140 characters. Will you marry me? And if not, Drew, I'll marry you. Whatever. I'll take either. Way to make a guy feel special. You know.
So one of the big questions we get is always, it's more of a statement. There's no way you can do what you do on the show for that budget. There's no way. It is. All the budgets that we show you guys, that's real. But the thing you have to keep in mind, people forget, we do say this on the show, but on Property Brothers, we're renovating 3 to 4 rooms. So the budgets that you see for the renovation, that's just for 3 to 4 rooms. Typically, we renovate the entire house for the clients that we work with, but there's a separate budget and a separate timeline for the other areas. Our timelines are real as well, but with those timelines, if you see it's 6 to 8 weeks, outside of the show, even our own construction company, if we were doing that same project that took 6 to 8 weeks, it would probably take about 13 or so weeks.
And keep in mind, too, anytime we get wholesale deals on the show, we pass that savings along to the homeowners. And I don't charge for my time, so that is saving them a lot of money.
I charge triple. I have those spa appointments I have to pay for,
Drew charges triple.
Golf lessons.
So it's very difficult, but we want to give people an idea of what can be done. I was having a conversation with a friend of mine this morning, and she was saying, well, the contractor was quoting her on her place some imported Italian marble, and it was going to be 4 times the price, but wow, you can brag about having imported Italian marble. I don't renovate around ego. I renovate to give somebody a beautiful home and be cost conscious of what they're doing. Nobody would ever know that you were the idiot that paid 10 times the price for this material unless you told them you're the idiot that paid 10 times the price.
Exactly.
So I can stretch a budget and I can get a material that's beautiful but still save enough to make sure that you get all the other important things in your home.
People always ask us how they can do their own project if they're trying to save on money without bringing in professionals. So one of the things we always say as well is that people think they're saving money by not bringing in a professional to work with them, by doing it DIY, doing it themselves. But in reality, if you really look at it, you're not valuing your time and you're not valuing the quality of the finished work. If you don't know how to do mudding, if you don't know how to put up drywall, don't do it. You think you're saving $5,000 not having a pro come in to do it, you do it. It looks terrible. You see the tape lines. It's all uneven. When you go to sell, buyers are either going to offer you 10 grand less or they're just going to walk away and go to another house. So you have to make sure you're valuing that quality that a professional would bring.
And also, too, living in the construction zone, nothing is more frustrating than living in a construction zone. In fact, that sequels to our next series, DIY Divorce. If you think it's a good idea, we're not actually doing that show. If you think it's a good idea to live in it, you're wrong, especially if it's a major, major renovation. So try and find somewhere else you can stay with friends, get it all done at one time. But if you're doing something like mudding, like Drew said, and it's going to take you 2 weeks to do the job yourself, when you could have a professional come in and do the same thing in 2 days, it's worth spending it for your own sanity to get the job done so you can get back and enjoy the home.
Even as a real estate agent, people want to list their own houses for sale by owner, and that's fine if that's what you really want to do. I've had clients that have said that's something they want to do, and I just say go ahead and try it, but keep these things in mind. For what you're paying me for commission, for example, I know how to write a legally binding contract. I know issues to look out for in a certain community. I know how to negotiate, and plus when you're working a full-time job, and maybe you also have kids, that's another full-time job and a half, well, then you're trying to negotiate your own property that you're emotionally attached to. It's not the right situation. It's good to have someone come in that's a third party who's not emotionally attached to your property to deal with it.